Jordan donated $2, and Kiri made a community post about the comment you left on his vid. React to it, please. Oh my god, what a fucking idiot. Okay, and Kiri wants to embarrass himself. Let's take a look at this. So, this is the post I made. Aw, little baby, up yet. Relying your client clearly didn't bench 405. His ass came way off the bench. The idea that you'd pass this off as a completed lift just shows how much of a joke you are as a coach, not to mention somehow even after working with you, he still doesn't even know how to hold a bar properly, and he got injured several times under your coaching. So, this is just sad, honestly. Yeah, you're telling me. You took a 60-second short where I gave as many details as I could, but couldn't give them all, and then just decided to fabricate. Buddy, we saw the video. Your client didn't complete a 405. Lou's shoulders were so banged up before he and I started working together that he couldn't do any pressing at all. His bench PR was 365. Okay, well, considering that you injured a client that I'm currently training by giving him just terrible exercise selection, I don't know if I fucking believe this story. You literally admitted in the video that while he was training with you, he got injured several times. So, maybe I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay, sure, you can get a client with some physical problems and shit, but I'm seeing a pattern here. In just over a year, we got him to a point where he can do nearly any pressing variation without messing up his shoulders while also adding 40 pounds to his bench PR. He didn't add 40 pounds to his bench PR. Show me the video of him pressing 365. I'd love to see that. Is this just his technique that he does, where he lifts his ass off the bench to cheat the weight up? I'm not convinced that he actually added anything to his bench at all. Because if we're comparing a legitimate 365 bench where he didn't lift his ass off the bench to a 405 where he did lift his ass off the bench, I wouldn't say that's an improvement at all. Lifting your ass off the bench can easily add an extra 20 pounds. I've seen some people who could put on an extra 50. So I don't know why I would consider this an improvement. If you can't even if you can't even show me footage of the original press versus what he's doing now, where he's using proper technique or the same technique, why would I even consider this an improvement? He also Larson pressed 365 with ease during this time. Cool story. Where's the footage? There are going to be setbacks along the way. This is part of the game when you're dealing with these sorts of training weights and trying to push to new heights, and there are pre-existing injuries involved. Okay, well, that doesn't excuse your client not knowing how to hold a fucking barbell and not knowing how to bench press properly, like not lift his ass off the bench. So, like, the fact that your client considered that a completed lift just shows how poor of a coach you are. The fuck does this have to do with a lift? It's funny how he's just dwelling on the fucking injury thing rather than, like, the fundamental issue. He didn't complete a 405 bench. We rectified as many of these issues as we could and worked around them when required. False grip is something used by many high-level lifters. Yeah, and if they used a proper grip, they'd be able to lift more. I didn't teach him that. It is his personal preference developed over 17 years before he and I started working together. Cool, so you're completely unable to coach your clients to use proper technique, which might have helped him be able to bench 405 without lifting his ass off the bench. His butt popped up a little. A little! Dude! There's like a whole cock's length worth of fucking space in between his ass and the bench. Like an 8-inch fucking BBC cock. Are you kidding me? A little. You call that a little? Wow, I never said it would pass in a powerlifting meet. Buddy, okay, yeah, fuck you. Let's look at the footage. You're, like, this is just so coke.
405 bench press.
So, watch this. Watch how much his ass lifts off the bench. It's crazy. That's a fucking BBC cock in between his ass and the bench, okay? That's not a little. Give me a fucking break, dude. Like, okay, Enkiri, like, you've done videos where you were, like, here we go. 315 at 160, da-da-da-da. So, let's watch. Weird. Like, I notice your ass isn't lifting off the bench, Enkiri. Why didn't you? It's not a powerlifting meet, right? You probably could have added 20 pounds to your bench if your ass lifted off. So if you're going to claim... If you're going to claim that, oh, well, who cares? It's not a powerlifting meet. What's with these, like, ridiculous, you know, hoity-toity specific standards? Okay, why didn't you add an extra 20 pounds to your bench by lifting your ass off? You could have lifted more weight. If you don't care, is this a powerlifting meet, Eric? Stupid! Okay, like, look, I'm not a complete jackass about these things. I know that gym lifts are different than competition lifts. I'm not going to tell somebody who does, like, a touch-and-go bench, who, like, doesn't pause at the bottom, who doesn't hold it at the top after the lift. I'm not going to say that's an incompleted lift, but when your ass just flies off the fucking bench, that's not a completed lift. Like, get fucking real, and you know it. That's why when you upload these lifts showing, oh, look how strong I am as a fucking 160-pound twink, I can bench 315, your ass doesn't come off the bench. You know that is not a completed lift. You would never upload footage like that for yourself. So why are you passing this off as acceptable for your clients? You're a joke. This is pure fucking cope. You just wanted to post a video showing, look how great of a coach I am. I coached somebody up to a 405 bench. When it wasn't a 405 bench, you know it. This is pure fucking cope. Let's see. False grip is something used by many... Wait, did I already go over this? Yeah. His personal preference, but popped up a little. Yeah, fuck that. Your video was pointless. You can nitpick all you want and pretend you are critiquing to benefit the community, but fabricating context because you don't like me is sad. I think not liking you is an understatement, Eric. I would wipe out your entire fucking bloodline if I had the magical powers to do so. But anyway, dude, your client didn't bench 405. You know it. You do not hold these technique standards for yourself because you know if you posted a video of yourself doing a max on the bench like 315 and your ass popped off like your client did, you know you would be made into a joke. The fact is, I'm out here putting out high-quality information week in, week out, as well as actually helping people reach their goals. Really, a goal of cheating a fucking bench press. Look, that's a goal, apparently. Just putting 4 wheels on, lifting your ass off the bench, doing whatever it takes to get it up. Doesn't matter if it's technically an incompleted lift, because it's just totally improper technique. As long as you just put whatever weight on the bar that you want, who cares about technique? Who cares about standards? That's a goal, apparently, according to you. Well, good job. How about you help your client get to a 600-pound squat? I'm sure that'll be easy. Just make it so he doesn't have to go down to proper depth. Parallel, who cares? Just half squat it, right? What a fucking clown. Like, you're a fucking idiot, Enkiri. Like, get real, okay? You did something stupid and you fucking know it. You have no ability to just own up to the bullshit you're doing. Alright, well, that's it. Rant over. Enkiri is a fucking clown, dude. As the client, I want to set the record straight. When I came to Alec, my shoulders were already injured, da-da-da, so apparently this was the guy. Not able to most pressing movement. Let's see if he actually has any videos posted on his channel. No, of course not. Who knows who the fuck this guy is. In a little over a year, my shoulders are significantly healthier, more mobile, stable, can perform virtually any pressing movement. Bench press has improved by about 40 pounds. I can handle 365 on a significantly harder variation, such as Larson, close grip, blah, blah, blah. All my major lifts have improved in strength, my deadlift in particular. Coach is there to help me reach their goals. My goal was basically to cheat 405 on a bench. So yeah, if you don't care about powerlifting standards and you think lifting your ass off the bench is just fine, keep your ass lifted off the bench. You'll be able to lift even more weight. You could probably do 415, 420 maybe. Okay, look. There's a difference between gym lifts, gym lift standards and, you know, powerlifting standards. So when you're talking about a gym lift, on the bench versus powerlifting, like in a powerlifting meet. Okay, in a powerlifting meet, you're going to get a down command. You have to keep the bar completely. You have to stop the bar completely, and then you get a press command to lift up. Then you get a rack command. Obviously, you can't do that in a fucking gym. Okay, so all those standards have to like go out the window. It's a little ridiculous. So long as you touch the weight down to your chest, get the weight up, and keep your ass on the bench, that is just universally considered, fine. That is just a acceptable gym lift where if you bench 405, touch and go, you don't pause it or anything, like that's fine. Nobody would say, oh, you didn't actually lift 405. Okay, like this idea, oh, I don't care about powerlifting standards. I'm not giving you powerlifting standards. I'm giving you gym lift standards that are universally accepted by fucking everybody. Even Enkiri. Again, if you look on Enkiri's channel, look at his max effort attempts, like, 1 rep max attempts, the 315 bench we just watched. His ass doesn't come off the bench. I wouldn't say that's, oh, well, you didn't get a down command, you didn't pause it at the bottom, oh, you racked it right as soon as it got to the top. Like, he benched 315. There's no debating that. I'm not going to apply powerlifting meet standards to a fucking gym lift because it's stupid. So this is just a fucking retarded straw man. I'm not making fucking powerlifting meet standards. This is just a gym lift standard. Any fucking bro who works out at a gym knows, okay, if your ass lifts off the bench, doesn't count. Same with squat. Like, look, again, you're not going to have a fucking judge on the side looking to see if your fucking thigh meets your hip crease or some shit like that. Again, if it's about parallel, it's fine. It counts. I don't care about the super ultra specific powerlifting meet standard. That's not what I'm doing here. So this is just a complete fucking straw man. Dude, you didn't do a 405 bench. Get the fuck over yourself. Alec is an outstanding coach, and he was able to help me achieve the goals I asked him to. You didn't achieve any goal. You didn't bench 405. He played no part in my injuries and actually helped me overcome them. Cool story. Anyone who has serious training goals would benefit from a coach of Alec's caliber. Let me tell you. So the coaching client that I have now, Alec Enkiri, got a complete beginner lifter who has no strength. This guy wasn't even able to deadlift 135 for a single rep. He got my client to do bent over rows, which fucked his back. Anybody who knows anything about fucking training beginner lifters, you cannot get them to do bent over rows if they haven't developed any deadlift strength. Enkiri programmed bent rows into a complete beginner lifter with no lifting experience, couldn't even deadlift 135, and then he threw out his back. Well, guess what Alec did? Alec said, oh, I guess it was just bad luck. He also had no progression strategy. He literally just got my client to lift the same weight for fucking 4 weeks straight, and then out of nowhere, just for whatever reason, added like 5 pounds to each lift. It was the stupidest thing I've ever fucking seen. Alec's a terrible coach, okay? And he didn't get you to a 405 bench. The fact that he tried to pass this off, this bullshit, as a completed lift, just shows how terrible of a fucking coach he is. It's a fucking joke, dude. Clown mode.